In this lecture, we will discuss the Fourier series of even and odd functions in minus pi interval. So students observe, here we are discussing the Fourier series only in the interval minus pi and pi. So first of all, we will discuss what is an even function and what is an odd function. A function f of x is said to be an even function if f of minus x is equal to f of x. That means in place of x, if you are replacing minus x, it gives the original function. That means cos of minus x is equal to cos x. If you are replacing x by minus x, it will give again cos x. Cos of minus x is equal to cos x. So in place of x, if you are replacing minus x in x square, so minus x whole square is x square. In place of x, if you are replacing minus x, so minus x whole power 4 is again x power 4. So x square, x to the power of 4, x power 6, even power functions are all even functions, and especially in trigonometry functions, cos x, secant x are examples for even function. That means when you are replacing x by minus x, it gives the original function is called as an even function. Now an odd function. What is an odd function? A function f of x is said to be an odd function if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. So that means when if you are replacing x by minus x, it will give the original function but with a negative sign. So examples for odd function is sine of minus x is equal to minus sine x. So if you are replacing x by minus x, it gives the original function but with a negative sign. So if you are considered f of x is equal to x cube, in place of x, if you are replacing minus x whole cube is equal to minus x cube. It gives the original function but it with a negative sign. So if you are taking x power 5, in place of x, if you are replacing minus x whole power 5 is equal to minus x to the power of 5. That means minus f of x. So these are the examples for odd functions. So sine function and cosecant function. So these are the examples for odd function. And in particularly odd powers algebraic functions are odd functions. Okay, x cube, x power 5, x power 7, x power 9, x power 11. These are the examples for odd functions. So there are some points. So product of two even or two odd functions is an odd function. So product of, if you consider two even powers, two even functions, x square, x power 6, it gives x power 6, which is an even function. Or if you consider two odd functions, x cube and x5, so it gives x to the power of 8. It is also an even function. That means product of two even or two odd functions gives an even function. So product of even and odd gives an odd function. So x cube into x square gives x power 5, which is an odd function. So product of even and odd functions gives an odd function. So there are some functions neither even nor odd. So this procedure what we will discuss next is not applicable for when the function is neither even or nor odd. So there are functions neither even nor odd. So example for such functions, f of x is equal to e power x. If you are replacing x by minus x, f of minus x is equal to e power minus x. So it neither gives the original function with a negative sign or and the same function. So this is neither even nor odd. If you are considered the combination of in separately, if you consider f of x equal to x or f of x equal to x square, if you take f of x equal to x, it is an odd function. If you take f of x equal to x square, it is an even function. But when we take combinedly with the addition or subtraction, x minus x square or x plus x square, it gives neither even nor odd. So f of minus x is equal to minus x plus x square, which is doesn't give the original function with a negative sign or that and the same function. This is a neither even nor odd function. So there is an important formula in definite integration. Minus a to a f of x dx is equal to 2 into integral a to a 0 to a f of x dx. If f of x is an even function, we will write 2 into the integration limits is restricted to integral 0 to a f of x dx. And no need to integrate when f of x is an odd function, just put it is a 0. So when f of x is an odd function, integration must be equal to 0. When f of x is an even function, it is 2 into integral 0 to a f of x dx. Now we will discuss the Fourier series of an even function in the interval minus pi, pi. So consider f of x is an even function. So the general Fourier series expansion of f of x is a naught by 2 plus sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos nx plus b n sin nx. So what is a naught? 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x dx. So that's why we are taking integral minus, we are discussing only in the interval minus pi to pi. So integral minus pi to pi f of x dx, that is equal to, since we assume that f of x is an even function, so already we have studied the formula. Since f of x is an even function, it is 2 by pi 2 into integral 0 to pi, so that means 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x dx. And what is an? An is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to minus pi to pi f of x cos nx dx. But observe that f of x is taken as even function and cos nx is an even function. Product of two even functions is an even function. So that means this is f of x cos nx is an even function. So it can be written as 2 into integral 0 to pi. That means 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. Now observe that bn is equal to 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x sin nx dx. What is f of x? It is an even function. And what is sin nx? It is an odd function. So f of x is an even function and sin nx is an odd function. Product of these two functions will give odd function. Since the integrand is an odd function, within the limits minus pi to pi, it will become 0. For an odd function, the integration must be equal to 0. So here bn is equal to 0. So finally, the Fourier series of an even function is f of x is equal to a naught by 2 plus sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos nx only. So here bn is equal to 0. So what is a naught here? A naught is not 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x dx. It is reduced to 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x dx, and a n is equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. So our work is simplified when the given function is an even function in the interval minus pi to pi. No need to calculate bn. Directly you can calculate a naught and an. It is sufficient to substitute these values a naught and an in this formula. So when f of x is an odd function, it is very simple. Our work is very simplified, reduced. Let f of x is an odd function. So f of x is a naught by 2 plus sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos nx plus b n sin nx. What is a naught? 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x dx. But what we are taken, f of x is an odd function. So within the limits, and since f of x is an odd function, the integration is equal to 0. What is a n? 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x cos nx dx. And we are taken f of x is an odd function and cos nx is an even function. So product of odd and even gives an odd function. So the product is an odd function. So the integration must be equal to 0. Now bn is equal to 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x sin nx dx. That is equal to, since f of x is an odd function, sin nx is also an odd function. So product of two odd function gives an even function. So this integrand is an even function. So it can be written as 2 into integral 0 to pi. That means 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x sin nx dx. So finally f of x is equal to, since a naught and a n are equal to 0, when f of x is an odd function in the interval minus pi to pi, a naught and a n will become 0. So that's why I'm writing sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity only bn sin nx. What is bn here? 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x sin nx dx. So when compared with the even function, our work is more simple when f of x is an odd function, in particularly in the interval minus pi to pi. It is very important, not in 0 to 2 pi. So that's why we're studying even and odd function in the interval minus pi to pi. Thank you.